All right, hello everybody. This is Sudhanshu from Postcat Prep, and we are filling the form for IIM Lucknow. I have Ritika alongside me, who's also part of Postcat Prep, and Ritika, welcome. So we are going to sort
Hello,
of
hi.
fill the form for IIM Lucknow. Okay, so let's begin. So the first part here, has personal details wherein you fill your name, email, date of birth, etc., etc. Shouldn't be a problem, right, Ritika? Is there any issues here?
Yeah, the parental annual income, there was a confusion with this.
Okay, so what's the confusion here?
Should we mention what's given in the income certificate or the ITR?
Ideally, both of it should be same. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay. Ideally, both of it should be same. I hope it is same for everybody. So you should, you could take any of it primarily. Okay. So that is one. Now, what is the next query here? I think barring that, everything is straightforward, no?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's move forward. So that's the first thing. Second thing is your selection. PGP and PGP ABM. A lot of people think that if I select ABM, my chances of PGP reduces. The answer is that's not right. You should fill both. PGP ABM at IIM Lucknow is also a very, very amazing program. 95 to 97% companies are the same, which offer roles to PGP and PGP ABM. So there is hardly any difference. So from people from ABM also get into consulting, get into finance, and all the the backgrounds that are available. So just take that thought out of your head that if you get into ABM, you have limited opportunities. So just go ahead and fill both of it. Okay, let's move forward, Ritika.
Yes. Next one is educational qualifications.
Yes. So in education, in these qualifications, you have 10th, you have 12th. So you can fill it very, very simply. That's pretty much there. Let's keep moving forward. Here there is one percentage thing. Ritika, if you could just scroll downwards. So there is this percentage thing. Just make sure that your percentage is right. If you will go to the 10th one, Ritika, just a second so you'll go to class 10th. In class 10th, you have to, for example, let's say you're from CBSE. So just make sure that your final percentage is absolutely correct. Okay. So you have to do the conversion in such a way that your final percentage is the same. Okay. Your final percentage should be, for example, let's say the rule is, let's say CGPA into 9.5, right? So let's say you have 10 CGPA. So into 9.5, you do that becomes 95. So your final percentage should match that. Okay. So that is one thing that you will have to take care of. Ritika, let's move forward. So where maximum people face problem is this one, which is your university or institution, performance. So if you'll just scroll a little upward, Ritika, just scroll a little upward. Yes. So graduation / professional qualification. So here it's again very simple. Okay. For example, you can see here you have maximum marks, you have marks obtained, and you have percentage of marks obtained, right? So which ones can you fill, Ritika? Which ones are auto-calculated?
We can fill all of these.
Okay.
But again, there's an issue. The percentage of marks obtained is rounding off to the nearest integer.
Okay. So
Although I've
let's.
received 84.1%.
Okay.
It is showing 80.
Okay. So let's do one thing very simply. If you can you change this 8.41 to, let's say, 8.51 and see what happens?
Yeah, it still shows 80.
Can you change that 80 also?
No, this is okay.
Yes, you can.
Oh, then it's fine. Then it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is very simple. Very, very simply, then what you can do is you have maximum marks. Okay. You can, write the marks obtained and you can write the percentage. So then you have all the elements you can change. So should not be a problem, right? So the only thing again here that you should take care is the final percentage should match, right? Let me, so let me give you a very simple example. Okay, so for example, let's say you have various semesters. What you need to first check is for your college or your university, what is the conversion percentage, right? For example, let's say your conversion percentage is, let's say, 9.5 randomly, right? So let's say you got 100 percentage in a semester, or 10 CGPA in a semester, your percentage becomes 95%, right? For the second semester, your percentage becomes, let's say you scored again at 10, so you again becomes 95%, right? Now what you have to do is very simply, Ritika, just a second, I'll just share my screen and show a calculation so that everybody is clear. So I'll share an Excel sheet. Okay, so I hope my Excel sheet is visible. Ritika, are you also able to
Yes,
see
it's
this?
visible. Yeah,
Okay.
it is visible.
So very simple. So for example, let's say someone has, for these are the 8 semesters. These are the SGPA. So for example, let's say in case of Ritika, the conversion is SGPA minus 0.75 into 10. This conversion has been confirmed by her institute and will vary, from one institute to another institute. So find out what is, that conversion percentage for your institute. Okay, you can just mail it to your institute and you'll find out. Very simple. Now what I've done here is I've converted this SGPA into percentage, right? So now what basically Ritika can do is, for first semester, she can say that my maximum marks is 10, my obtained marks is 8.25, and my percentage is 82.5. Very simple, right? Very simply, right? And now, and let's say the credits are just the same. Okay, if the credits are just the same, then your final percentage is nothing but basically an average of this, right? If the credits are different, okay, then your final percentage is a weighted average of credits and percentage. Okay, so for example, let's say I have a 24 here and I have a 26 here. So how do I calculate? I'll take a weighted average. How do I calculate? How you can also use Excel. Excel is very simple. So let's say take sum product. Take a sum product. First array is credits. Second array is percentage. And then divided by the total credits, right? So that gives you the final percentage. So I hope this is clear to you. Ritika, I hope this is absolutely clear. Let's move ahead.
Yes, this is
and
clear, right.
let's move ahead and go to that sheet. Also, Ritika, if you could confirm if the final percentage is auto-calculated, or
No, this we can change this.
you change this. So then,
Yes.
then it's very simple. So then, everybody now knows how to calculate the final. So number of credits sometimes changes. So you can take a weighted average to arrive at the final percentage. Perfect. I hope this is clear. Let's move forward, Ritika.
This is a master's degree and post-graduation.
Perfect. So master's degree and post-graduation, I think some people will have it. You can mention it, your degree name, etc., but many people will not have it because they are going to do their masters for the first time, with management. So let's move forward.
Next one is work experience.
Okay, work experience, what all is here? Indicate only a paid and a full-time work experience. So I've seen a lot of people put internship, freelancing experience, etc. Please refrain from doing it, and please remember this for life, that an internship or a freelancing exercise is never treated as a full-time experience. Okay, so I hope that bit is clear. Keep moving downward a little, Ritika. Just move a little bit. Work experience filled in CAT form is 0 days, and as per the details
I don't
filled
have
by,
work experience.
so yeah, so for you it's 0, so it should not be a problem, right? So right, so
A few of my friends were having a doubt.
sure, go ahead.
The ones who are still working, what do they put for to date?
Okay, so for example, let's say they are still working. So in 2 day, they can put the today's date. So for example, let's say indicate only paid full-time experience acquired after completing the bachelor's degree till 31st July 2022. So for example, you have to indicate the full-time experience from the time you graduated till this date, which is 31st July, right? So till 31st July, they have to calculate. So it's pretty obvious, no?
Okay. So
Right?
they'll put 31st July, right?
Yes, and I think it should auto calculate, or if it does not, then you can calculate it also, no problem. Another thing here is monthly remuneration. Don't guess it, or don't calculate it from your CTC. In your payslip, you can see this number. In your payslip, you can check out your monthly remuneration. One good way to obtain it is take last 3 months salary, take whatever is your monthly salary, and you can take an average of it. Okay. Also, you can take your gross salary in this. So you can take a gross salary and you can sort of sum it up. Okay. CTC you should not take, because CTC includes your CTC by CTC also you can divide it by 12 and you can take it. Now let's move forward.
Yeah. Moving forward to scholastic and extracurricular activities.
Brilliant. So here the first part is scholastic awards or scholarships conferred on you. The first part is primarily academic or co-curricular in nature. So if you, let's say, won any Olympiads, or you have any certificates, debate competitions you've won, you've done well in, let's say, some exams, right? So that is the first part, right? That is what you write in the first part. Okay. Focus here on achievements which are more recent. Whatever is more recent, for example, related to your college, is more recent than your school. So therefore, what is more recent should be prioritized, right? So that is done. Also, if you won something at a higher level, let's say at a national level, or let's say a lot of people participate in national Olympiads, right? So whatever is done at a bigger level, you should try and highlight that first, right? Next part is here is accomplishments, awards received and position held in sports and hobbies. So there are two parts to it. One part is sports. So very clearly they have separated sports. And the next part is hobbies, which could include anything and everything like music or dance or anything. So what if you have sports, give priority to sports and write the sports accomplishments first. Okay, if you've received any awards, etc., etc. And then you can put hobbies. In part of hobbies, you can put, let's say, whatever it is for you. Yeah, music, for example. For Ritika, it's content creation. So whatever is your hobby, you can mention about it. Here you have to talk more from an accomplishment standpoint, okay, and less from an activity standpoint. So rather than mentioning that I do this, I do that, mention that what you feel is your achievement in that. Because if clearly mentioned, give details about your accomplishments, awards received, and positions held. By positions held, you mean, for example, let's say in your college you were a sports secretary, right? So you can mention about those positions also. So that's, for example, here Ritika has mentioned coordinator or head of the theater club, right? So that's a position, that's an important position held in either sports or something which is related to her hobby, which is theater, right, Ritika?
Right.
Perfect. Let's move forward to the next question. Why do you
The most important part.
the most difficult one, Ritika? So why do you wish to pursue the education in management? A lot of the people are still seeking answers to this question after doing an MBA as well, right? It certainly does not include me. Now, why do you want to pursue education in management? I'm sure to the people who are part of postcat preparation, you've already attended the HR session. If you've not, go through the HR session once. It should give you a good sense of, of kind of a why MBA question, and what's your career plan, sort of an SOP, how to write that. Right. We'll also be sharing a link with all of you, which basically gives you a sense of why MBA. And you should be able to write this answer, so should not be much of a problem, right? So that's how you write this answer. Ritika, let's move forward to the next one.
Next one is just about uploading documents. No, first is agribusiness.
Okay. Now,
ABM.
This one is very interesting. PGP ABM. Let's talk about this. Okay. I'll request everybody to fill this one very seriously. Okay. Exposure to rural areas. If you've lived in rural areas, or if you've worked in rural areas for some reason, for some organization, mention that. Next, you have to mention the nature of exposure, whether you've lived there or were you there in some organizational capacity. Next one is, are your parents' occupation anyway related to agriculture and allied sector? Now, what is allied sector? For example, an allied sector can be, let's say, fertilizers, right? Fertilizers are required in agriculture. So it's a related sector, right? Allied sector basically means here related sector. So again, the answer to this question is very clear. Please provide reasons in descending order of importance for your motivation and interests for applying to this program. Now, descending on order of importance, how do you decide this order of importance? Firstly, whatever is specific to you should take precedence, right? For example, you have some inclination towards agriculture, or you have some, some inclination towards agriculture. Your family has been, in agriculture, or you have some special interest, you have done some special projects, etc. You should, begin with that. And then going forward, you could take some general stance also, because you can say that agriculture has a lot of scope going forward. Agribusiness has a lot of scope going forward, because even during COVID times, we had seen that agri sector had shown so much of resilience, while all the other sectors had gone for a toss, right? You could talk about how there is a lot of scope of improvement in agriculture, especially from a management standpoint, right? Because we know that from a management standpoint, there are so many things that can be done. There is a lot of institutionalizing that is required. A lot of work is needed in this space to streamline and to improve productivity, right? So you could move in that direction, starting from something specific and then moving towards general, right? What are the constraints and possible solutions for the development of agribusiness sector in India? Here you can use a pestle format. I'm sure some of you are aware of pestle format. What is a pestle? Pestle is basically political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal. So you can structure in that, framework. You don't have to mention the framework, but you can write the the paragraph in that framework. For example, let's say social. A lot of people don't believe, or don't think that working in agriculture is so reputed, or it is highly decorated, right? So that's a social mindset that a lot of people have, right? Similarly, technological, we don't use a lot of technology in our agricultural sector, right? So you can take this framework and write this answer. Name 3 companies where you would like to work after successful completion of PGP ABM. Very simply, there are so many companies who are working in this domain. For example, Mahindra. Mahindra basically works in this sector. There are so many, they manufacture tractors. So agriculture or any allied sectors also, you can name a few companies, and you can then justify why do you want to do, because you can again pull out if you have some connections, or you know a little about that company and you believe that company is good, right? Now, your work experience related to agriculture and allied sector or rural development. So if you have any relevant work experience, you mentioned that. Perfect. Let's move forward.
What is this for?
So 1 is marketing, 2 is finance, 3 academic, 4 administrative, 5 others specify. So again, if I think let's move forward. There must be a star mark somewhere.
Yeah, I can't see that star.
Okay. So let's find 1 marketing, 2 finance, 3 academic. Okay, I don't think right now, for now, is it anywhere it is involved. Let's move forward. Let's move up. Let's move upward.
Right, 1 second.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Let's move backward, Ritika. Let's try and figure out. Okay. My screen is a little blurred. Okay. Move up. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is up.
Okay. And 1. Okay. Let's move downwards. Let's move downwards. 1 marketing, 2 finance, 3 academic, 4
There is no
administrative.
asterisk here.
Okay. Which one? Which masters?
There is no asterisk on this page, so
Okay, I think should be fine. I think we've covered most of it, so it should be all right. Okay, let's move
all
forward.
right.
Okay, perfect. All right. Now, what is next here? Okay. I think again this bit is quite all right. Now 10th 12th, that's the first thing. Into a single PDF you can do that. Bachelor's and master's mark sheet, you can do that. Course completion certificate, if you don't have a course completion certificate yet, you can take a provisional degree also, right? So that's also something which is which you can take if you have completed your graduation. And if you don't have your degree, you've got to give your provisional certificate. So ask for, your institution for that. If there is a caste certificate, you have to mention that. If there is PWD. Now coming to the to one crucial thing, proof of work relevant experience certificate, relevant certificate along with first and last month salary slip by consolidating these into a single PDF. Now, what should you mention here? So for example, relevant certificate, what do you mean? So your joining letter with your first and last month salary slip. I hope this is clear to you. So your joining should be all right. Apart from that, if you don't have your joining letter, you can also take a bona fide statement from your HR saying that this person has been working with our organization for so and so period starting this and this date, and that accompanied with first and last month's salary should be appropriate to to sort of upload here, right? So Pritika, I think this much is
Yeah,
pretty
this is
clear.
another important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is one more thing which we had talked about already. So here you have to attach the conversion formula also from your university, right? So that's also something which is important. We had used the formula which was applicable to Ritika, and I have shown the calculations also in the Excel sheet. Okay, Ritika, I think are we done? Is there anything else here?
Okay. Yeah, I can't move forward, but we have preview form and submit and then download. That's all.
Yeah, so I think pretty much done. I hope all of you enjoyed. Thank you so much, Ritika, for joining us here. I hope it helps. God bless you. Cheers. See you, a lot of you in IIM Lucknow. Bye-bye.